everybody, Kartik Subramaniam over at ADHI Schools. Welcome to your real estate tip of the week. Now, today's tip of the week is something called an open-end mortgage. And an open-end mortgage is also an example of this anyway, would be something like a home equity line of credit. Essentially how this works is you have some equity in your home. Equity, of course, is the difference between what you owe on your house and what your house is worth. So let's say my house is worth $100,000. I have a $50,000 loan on it. That means I have another $50,000 in equity. Basically, I can borrow money against that $50,000. So I might get a home equity line of credit. Now, how this would work is I might get a $30,000 line of credit from Wells Fargo. Now, I don't have to borrow against that. It's just like a big fat credit card against the equity in my home. They might give me a set of checks I can use to write against that equity, or they might give me a credit card with a Visa or a MasterCard logo on it. And I don't have to borrow that money right away. But let's say I want to buy a car. I can take out a used car. I can take out my checkbook, write a check for $10,000, boom. Now I owe $10,000 against the $30,000 line of credit that they gave me. Now I still have another $20,000 left. Now I can go buy groceries with that. I can go take a vacation. I can do whatever I want with that $20,000. So I can borrow additional sums against that line of credit as long as I don't max it out. Now here's the thing. Open-end mortgages, or these home equity lines of credit, while they are pretty easy to get if you have equity in your home, the consequence for not paying is the bank can take my house. So it's basically a mortgage or a deed of trust against my home. It's called open-end because as long as I don't max out that money, I can continually borrow money against it like a big fat credit card against the equity in my home. But again, it's called open-end because it allows me to borrow additional sums without reapplying. So if the question on the exam were to say, the type of loan secured against a borrower's equity that allows a borrower to borrow additional sums without rewriting the loan, it's an open-end mortgage. So it's basically like a big fat credit card against my equity in my home, and the consequence for not paying is the bank can foreclose on my house.